today was like the first paper for the book, and we also had to do 4 or 5 discussion questions because we were going to be in a group. I hate group work. Okay, so we had 6 people. Okay, I had 7 questions done. Okay. Now, you may think it's because, wow, Cynthia, you're super smart. I personally came up with 2 questions. You know where I got the other 5? Online.
Where? Mood.
Because I was like, discussion questions for evicted. And it came up, I was going, that's a good one, that's a good one, that's a good one. But, somebody else had 4 questions. And I think somebody else had 4 questions out of 6. So this was supposed to last 90 minutes. Okay, this discussion. About 90 minutes.
Didn't last very long, did it?
No, because we actually did, we actually had questions, but it was I mean, we did have enough questions for a discussion, but there were only so we had 6 members, well, one person didn't talk at all. And, you know, we're supposed to get everyone to talk, you know, part of the discussion. And I'm like, they're an adult. If they want to talk, they can talk. I'm not going to. What do you think, Jimmy? I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, only 4 of us. No, there was actually only 5 of us. So 3 had questions. Okay. Most of the questions weren't very good, but we still had a discussion about it. It was bad. Yeah, I did most of the talking. And then we had, then after we had like 10 minutes left, so then we had a group discussion, the whole class discussion, and so Evicted takes place, it's a nonfiction book. It takes place in Milwaukee, and it covers like 4 or 5 families, or either families or people in Milwaukee in affordable housing. Okay, it's about eviction, obviously, because the book's called Evicted. And so the statistics are very startling. Like, Black women, I think, take about 15% of the population, at least in Milwaukee, but they take about 30% of the evictions. That math doesn't add up, and it's just the same, with incarceration and all of that. Like, overall, Black women don't, or the Black population don't, have much population, percentage-wise, but they take so much incarceration and eviction. And so somebody, he's not the brightest, he's actually super annoying. He goes, I can't even remember his name, that's how much I shut him out. He goes, well, I don't think it's really race is an issue here. I was like, what?
Okay, sir.
And he goes, yeah, I think it's more of poverty. He goes, I don't think it's a race issue. And I was talking to my group, and I was like, what is he talking about? And he goes, take Lamar, for example. I mean, he's white. And I was like, Lamar ain't a white name. So then the professor's like, actually,
that's not
no,
a white
he's
name.
Black. And so he goes, it's still not the issue, though. What? And so he was like, does anyone else have anything? And he was like, yeah, Cynthia. I was like, well, just the
Quick,
statistics.
save the conversation.
Because then we were talking about
save the conversation.
But this was actually a little bit later because we actually had a conversation. But it was like, what are you? Because he said there are white people who get evicted too, and I was like, and white people get shot by police.
But not as much as the other is the point.
But it was just like, because I was like, am I reading this wrong? No, so then later he was like, okay, what else have we?
Am I just reading this incorrectly?
Well, no, but the so then like later it was, you know, bring like what we've learned in class to what the book and all of that. So I was like, yeah, and he goes,
So here's what I
Cynthia,
learned.
yeah?
Nothing.
And I was like, well, actually, I did know the statistics were startling, because I've seen the documentary 13, which I think we're gonna watch.
Oh.
I'm super excited. I love that documentary. Love in like the, you know, loosest of terms. Well, it got me into the ending of
I
privatized
love it when
prison.
people get evicted!
But no, and I was like, the statistics just are very startling, you know. Black women, especially single black women who have families, are the ones being evicted. I mean, the statistics don't lie. You know, there is clearly a problem. There's clearly a problem with race.
That is a way to say
People may
yeah,
not want to see it,
yeah.
but the statistics don't lie. I mean, that's what, you know, because you can always say,
it's
well,
not
you
there
know.
if I don't think it's there.
And I was like, it's just,
Exactly.
you know, and people don't see it, people don't care to see it, or people just pretend not to see it. And he goes, wait,
I don't
yeah,
see
Cynthia.
it. I look away.
Like, yeah, because it is a race problem. But yeah, we were all like,
Because hey, it is.
what is he saying? What?
Sorry, you lost me. Lamar is a white name. No, that's not a white name, sir.
I'm sorry, do you know any white Lamars? Do you? No.
They're a white person. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just overall, because then, you know, I was like, well, because I did another part of the conversation. And this time, I was talking about how we've really stigmatized, we've really, like, the society has stigmatized being poor and being on welfare. And I was, you know, it's hard to not internalize that. It's hard not to internalize that.
Some of us need...
And you know, to think that you are actually less than because you know, you can't, you know, you're on welfare and all that. And I was like, how do you, I mean, you have to have really good, high self-esteem to not let that get to you. And, you know, it's just, it's, you know. And he goes, yeah, that's really good. I was like, yeah, you know, your self-identity gets destroyed. And so then people, because this was at the end, near the end, and so people were packing up and starting to leave, and the professor's like, okay guys, Cynthia's trying to speak, I'm trying to hear her. And I was like, oh, thank you. But then I was like, okay, I really gotta, like, step up, okay, I really gotta do it. But yeah, it's not a race issue. What do you mean it's not? Did we read the same thing? Yeah, and so it's a 6-page paper, 6 to 7-page paper. I hate when they do that. I hate when professors give me it. It's like, okay, do you want me to do it well? Do you want me to do good English? You know? Or do you want me to BS? Because I can BS for, you know, a couple pages. But, somebody was like, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can turn it in later, because, you know, I'm not finishing it. And I was like, you had like 3 weeks to do it. It's not that complicated. Ugh. Hate group work. I don't hate group work. I hate when they don't do it. Like, I mean, when somebody doesn't speak and then he's like, you know, get everyone to speak. No. If we were in elementary school, elementary school, middle school, maybe even high school, I will be like, so what do you want to contribute to this conversation? No, you are an adult. Plus, they didn't do the whole, like, they didn't do the assignment, you know. So like, I'm like, he's an adult. We are all adults here. I'm not going to baby him and say, what do you think? No, I'm not going to.
What do you think?
What do you think, Jimmy? but somebody was bad-mouthing capitalism again. I was like, well, yeah, there are some flaws with it, but like, do you think like there's not going to be any poverty if we have a communist society? No. What? Who saw me? The ground is shaking.
Get back here.
We need to retreat.
I'm gonna die.
Fuck, I've lost it.
Giancarlo Esposito is trending on Twitter right now. I was like, oh no. Why do we know when someone's trending? Either they said something, it's their birthday, or they died. Nah, it's only a good thing. First of all, he's trending because Far Cry 6, he of course plays the villain in Far Cry 6, so people are talking about that. But also, he made a message on the vaccination thing.
Oh.
Told his co-stars on The Mandalorian, anyone not vaccinated. He doesn't support anti-vax, by the way. I'll start with that. He had blunt advice for anti-vaxxers. He said, quote, if you don't want to vaccinate, go to a small island and sequester yourself. Otherwise, you're saying F you to all you other human beings.
Especially on, like, big production, like, you know, like, productions. Because if they have to shut down productions, you know, because let's say I'm vaccinated, but if I, you know, get it at school, okay, well then maybe some students have to self-isolate, but it's really just me. You know, I'm not, you know, and then with the, with the airports, you know, with, I think, American Airlines, if you're not vaccinated, you don't get to work, and that's,
you're gone.
Like, that's just you. You're only hurting yourself, but, like, when production companies have to stop, you are, well, not only the actors, but then the camera crew,
that hurts everyone.
Everyone else who probably needs that job. Everyone. I mean, it's so selfish. And the thing is, I'm like, they're like, I'm just very skeptical. About what? You should not be skeptical
he
because...
portrays Moff Gideon and in Breaking Bad, but he said, can't understand why people wouldn't want to be vaccinated for protection against COVID-19. So, quote, for me, I've lost dear friends, so I know it's real, not only in Europe, but in America, friends who were completely healthy and uncompromised. The vaccine is the answer. And he wasn't kidding about the sequestering thing either. So, quote, I'm not downing anyone who doesn't want to get vaccinated. Don't work. Go write it out somewhere else where you're not going to compromise anyone if you get it. If you're gonna get it, if you're not gonna get it, then fine, then stay away.
I just like, you're not like, I'm skeptical, I gotta do more research, and I'm like, okay, you want me to direct you to good research? Because I can. I can. It's just.
I'll try on for doctor. Confirm, this doctor on Twitter. He has, the shiny MD in his little name. Has the verified star. It's like, I can't believe I've reached a point in my career where people won't trust me, but they'll trust someone on the internet. Spouting crazy lies. Like, don't trust me, the person who spent literal years, studying for this kind of thing, working for this kind of thing. Don't trust me! Whatever. I mean, whatever, right? Whatever. Oh, good, I was hoping he wouldn't be bad. I'm gonna keep that tab up for later.
Hey, am I not hitting headshots?
Whatever, don't trust me.
Out of arrows.
I think somebody's trying to shoot me. I don't see them though. No. No! No! Dang it. I got locked out.
And then there was a Kotaku article we could finally stand behind. Kotaku doesn't write very good articles, but it was one I was talking about with Nathan. It's about Ubisoft, okay?
Okay.
Right
I know
here.
them. I am
The
aware
Ubisoft
of
formula, this is the title. The Ubisoft formula seems to be wearing thin. From 6 to Ghost Recon Frontline, it looks like more of the same. It's called Assassin's Creed Valhalla was one of last year's best games, and arguably a home run moment in a multi-year project to transform the action stealth series into a full-fledged open world RPG that could measure up in its genre-defining rivals. Elsewhere, however, Ubisoft's to be hitting singles or striking out. Far Cry 6 launched today, and by most accounts, it appears to be more Far Cry. That's certainly a welcome thing for some people. Game Informer described it as a non-stop thrill ride and gave it a 9 out of 10. IGN was similarly impressed, calling it the best of the series has been in a decade. But other critics have been far less generous, seemingly exhausted with just how much the game leans into well-trodden excesses of the modern-day Ubisoft map game. It's like being blasted by a fire hose, only to be asked, how'd the water taste? Reads the Washington Post review in progress. Far Cry 6 is a bland entry in a series in need of a revolution, declared Video Game Chronicle. Waypoint was even more direct. Far Cry 6 is creatively and morally bankrupt, reads the headline. This isn't a review of Far Cry 6 because honestly, I can't play this anymore. Wrote Methical, I just can't do it. Far Cry 6's Metascore, an inconsequential number in the large scheme of things, but one company still treat it as more in science than BS. Currently sits in the high 90s, or sits in the high 70s. It's been slipping lower with every new entry in the series, down to the roughly 90, or down from the 90% Far Cry 3 had achieved nearly a decade ago.
Ah, crap.
In some ways, it feels like the only thing that still distinguishes the series from every other Ubisoft game is how it tackles ambiguous political tense issues, only to inevitably fumble them. Far Cry 6 may go up for the gangbusters just as far as Far Cry 5 did, but the critical consensus is clearly pinning for something less predictable. Kotaku's review is still forthcoming. This comes the same week that Ubisoft revealed Ghost Recon Frontline, a live service multiplayer game that appears to be aimed at no one in particular. No one in particular. It's the third Battle Royale the company has worked on and the third free-to-play shooter. It's announced this year. Frontline is part of Ubisoft's pivot move to be more, quote, high-end freemium releases. Fans were not impressed. As they did with The Division Heartland before it, YouTube viewers downvoted the new Frontline trailer by the thousands. Ghost Recon subreddit collectively lost its stuff. It's incredible to me how tone-deaf Ubisoft has become. One poster. To be clear,
crap.
Nobody in the community wanted a battle royale. No. Frontline's announcement comes 2 years after the disastrous release of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, a game containing the DNA of every other Ubisoft franchise, seemingly designed to appeal to everyone, thus exciting almost no one. Internally, the failure prompted a reevaluation of creative vision guiding Ubisoft's assemblage of IP. In early 2020, they announced the new editorial vice presidents to help oversee game development across all of its studios, and we all know how that turned out. All of them were men. Some of them were eventually accused of sexual misconduct and other abuses, including the then longtime chief, Sooshikitty, as Ubisoft confronted a new wave of allegations of workplace malfeasance last year. It announced new vice presidents and, most recently, a new creative chief officer, formerly a director on the upcoming Riders Republic. Ubisoft's treatment of its developers is inseparable from the company's creative output. It says it's meaningfully improved on the former, though hundreds of current and former employees would like to dispute that. When it comes to the latter, it's too early to tell. Games take a long time to make, and like Far Cry 6 and Rainbow Six Siege Extraction, began development years before the company's latest reckoning. Business as usual clearly isn't an option, though. Ubisoft's catching on fire, and something has to change. No one wanted a Battle Royale Ghost Recon.
Nope.
We all just wanted to go back to Wildlands, because at least that was fun. I did enjoy Wildlands. Wildlands was quite fun. It was really repetitive.
I think that was the problem.
But it was fun, at least. The problem is they took that, well, they liked doing this, and this, and then copy-pasted it to, like, every game that they made. Because Far Cry 5 is essentially the same gameplay as Recon Wildlands.
Yeah.
Just different setting, different plot. It's free the zone, kill the boss. Free the zone, kill the boss. Free the zone, kill the boss. Which I'm taking is a lot like Far Cry 6.
You like your other one?
Hmm?
That was actually really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think you like your other one.
Yeah.
Ready.
The problem is they need to create something new.
Or
I'm sorry, but the same gameplay gets really boring.
give us something maybe not new or old. New. Give us Tom Clancy Splinter Cell.
I don't trust them anymore.
True.
I don't trust them to make a Splinter Cell, let's be honest. Like someone said, I don't trust... Do we trust them to make a Splinter Cell right now? The answer is not really.
True.
Ubisoft's like, we've changed and improved, and then every worker was like, no you haven't. Thanks for trying, though, not even trying. Anyway. I did at you so that you would see it. 2042's UI is different on launch. Fun fact,
Okay,
is that I've explained it. You guys
what's
are
the
actually, the beta is
UI?
actually... Your complaints about colors and stuff.
Okay, no, I just
HUD.
didn't know what you
The HUD.
was.
The HUD. The HUD.
But I mean, it's good that
it's
that's
different
one of
on
my
launch.
that's one of my main complaints was the coloring.
Because people are complaining about it until the HUD. One of the devs said, you guys are actually playing on a month's old version of the game for the beta. But the launch version is gonna look different.
Yeah, I just like want the ability to change it, you know.
You guys are just kind of stuck on an old version right now.
Yeah, I
Because they
know.
needed to get the general consensus of who liked things.
But I mean, it's good that when that's one of my big complaints is that I
But
really do enjoy it. I
People
really
were
did enjoy
complaining,
it.
and that was like the general consensus from the fan base was, hey, this UI sucks, and everyone they were like, oh, don't worry, we know.
Shit. They know. Down you go. Need to retrieve that key.
Oh. Tom Brady set a new passing yards record
Really, I had no idea.
on Sunday. No, I'm saying this because Madden 2022 is temporarily celebrating by boosting his number to 99. His overall rating is currently 99. It's temporary.
Cause I was like, Kristen, yeah, he did that Sunday.
Yeah. Well, they just updated the game.
Ah.
He beat Drew Brees' record.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's one of four
But they
people,
temporarily
four
boosted him to
players to beat
99 because...
all teams, which is super impressive. Because he beat the Patriots.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I like it. He needs to retire. He clearly doesn't.
No,
He's
I'm
proven
like,
he's still in shape, and he's still
yeah,
got
when
it.
he's still winning.
He's
Yeah.
proven he's still got it.
The state are alerted.
Oh my gosh, John, that's so mean. Slam him with a helmet. Slam him in the head with a mallet. That's brutal. That is brutal. I feel like there was something I was going to talk to you about. Oh, shoot.
But you forgot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Me down.
I know,
mean,
but that, like, just, I had a couple questions about, creme brulee, you know, and why we caramelized that. And I was like, Mom, have you made creme brulee before? No, I think I said, are you familiar with...
I know what it is.
And she goes, no. And I was like, okay, so, why would you not, you know, put the X? I asked the question. She goes, I have no idea. And I was like, thanks, Mom. You're so good. Thank you, Mom.
You're so helpful.
Google was barely helpful too.
Interesting solution. I have to tell Nathan about something involving Genshin.
Hello.
By the way, I'm not sure if the Genshin community is still on fire. From him, it sounded like, because he plays Genshin now, he said it sounded like things were starting to die down. They were in civil war for a little bit, but it sounded like the community was starting to die down and go back to business as usual, which meant you either done
they're
playing
kind of greedy.
or you moved on.
Oh, you didn't give us what we want? I mean, come on.
Now, the issue... It was a bit more big. It was a bit bigger than that. Yeah, that was part of the problem. But from what I understood, from what I was how it was explained to me, it wasn't necessarily that the rewards were bad, which did anger fans because your maintenance rewards were better than your anniversary rewards. Really tells where you're caring about the players here. But the issue wasn't necessarily that they were necessarily just mad about the rewards. They were also mad because MooMooHippos was straight up banning people for trying to talk about them, complain about them in game and in their Discord server. You were being banned, and so it was kind of you were being censored, and so that was kind of what kickstarted the anginess. Was the fact that a Chinese company was censoring. Oh no, never happened before. Where it went too far and where the fans' civil war kicked in was when they started review bombing the app. That's when people were like, okay, now y'all are taking this too far.
Grow up.
You didn't do anything. Do you think MooMooHippos will care that you're review bombing? They don't care. And then they got even more complicated when they didn't just review bomb Genshin, but they review bombed innocent apps, which included, this one was funny. They review bombed Google Classroom.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's what that's where things kind of started fighting. That's where the infighting kind of began. It really was just a case of please grow up. If you're gonna get mad about that kind of thing, please go outside, touch the grass. We don't need that here. But that was the issue, from what I understood, is that people were just being. It's fine to be mad. I mean, but leave it alone afterwards.
There's too much stuff wrong with everyone's life to be mad at a video game that doesn't give you enough rewards. I mean, censoring, okay.
If you seriously feel the need to yell at them, I mean, go outside, touch the grass. It's just a mobile game. And someone was like, people are surprised that a gotcha acts like a gotcha.
I know, like, what did you really expect? Okay, where are you?
I noticed in War of the Visions, our rewards for things started out really cool. And it gradually got less and less cool as time went on. And I was like, yeah, can't even blame you for this. Like, our 6-month anniversary for War of the Visions was super good, and then it became gradually less and less stuff, and I was like, I'm not even mad. You can't be too generous.
No, no.
Not in a gotcha, anyway. But that was kind of just like, the fandom was mad at each other, and because they pointed out some people were being totally childish, and please just go touch some grass! If you were like, I'm gonna review bomb Google Classroom, that'll get MooMooHippos to listen to me.
That'll get him.
That'll get MooMooHippos to listen to me. Congratulations, you didn't actually get to MooMooHippos. You just created work for Apple and Google for the records Apple Store, iOS Store, and Google Play Store because they had to go delete those totally fake reviews.
Boom, baby.
Anyway, I should see.
Oh.
Where's my phone? I'll take a look at what if Genshin managed to swift recovery on the App Store.
Night here. Down you go.
It was just like, please go outside. If this is what you're going to be mad about, please go. Take this passionate energy and use it for real problems.
Okay, I got a...
Genshin did recover on the App Store in its terms of its score. It's at a 4.7. It used to be at a 4.9. Or 4.3. It used to be at 4.9
I have
now.
2 arrows sticking
But
out
now-
of me.
That's nice.
Bye-bye.
Are you waiting for me to get on Payday?
No.
Chris, I wasn't doing anything, and I thought you were doing things, so I wasn't on Payday yet. But you're on Hood, I see. Okay.
I'll probably do one more and then...
Okay.
Depends on how long.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't, like, waiting for me or
Gosh,
anything like that,
Creeper.
'cause I was like... I'm gonna go and maybe...
I walked a lot today.
That's nice.
No, I went to get my COVID test. And I go in. I actually got to go in to the clinic. Last time I didn't. I had to call and sit outside and wait for them to call me, tell me I had to come. Anyway, so I go in. I'm like, hi, Cynthia, Terry, blah 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 blah. And there was this family, mom and kid, being super annoying, and I was like, this is why I'm never having kids. No, I had to wait a little bit, and so then I finally got in. Took about a minute. I'm supposed to self-isolate, and I'm like, the only reason I'm taking it, I mean, it's not, I mean, I guess there is a chance, but I was like, but then I read the thing, and it was like, self-isolate unless you have to work, and I was like, well, okay, school's basically my work. But yeah, there's no, I don't have it. I just need it, you know.
So I can get an actual thing done.
And then they want me to self-isolate after, and I was like, I can't do that. If we were on Zoom,
you could, but
if
you
we're
won't.
on, well, no, I won't be, cause then I'll miss class. And if I miss 2 weeks or 9 days, there's no way I can make up for that.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing. I know you are a smart person. You're smart.
Plus,
you will
they like make sure that everyone's masked. And I'm like, I will obviously be masked. I mean, especially now, but we are still masked. I was like, I can't afford to miss.
You are a smart person. You have a common sense, and you will make smart choices.
Plus, I mean, it would be
don't
different
need-
if like I was like exposed to somebody. I'm like, they're like, do you have
But
any
you're not.
symptoms?
This is straight up
No.
because you
Do
need.
you have any? I was like, no. The answers to like the questions, I was like, they're all no. And she goes, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm not here because I wanna be.
I'm just-
or I
I'm
have
just
to
here
be.
so I can get my procedure done.
I have to get my procedure done.
Stop them.
So Mom and I will be in Northfield. And John won't be. So if you wanna like stop by the Alina clinic.
But
To
then
say
watch
hi.
you be sedated. Watch you
And
be
say
sedated.
hi. Mm-hmm.
Watch you be sedated.
Yep. Hope I don't say anything stupid.
You never.
But apparently it's like it's sort of like when I have no like when I
Let's rage. Give you strength.
Girl, I'm just teasing you.
it's like when I have root canal a root canal treatment. Like the only
Girl, I'm
reason
just
like you don't
teasing.
feel pain really, but they numb you up anyway just for peace of mind, and that's what I think the the sedation is too. It's just to I just can't look it up because that would be bad. Cause it's like, you know, cancer, stuff like that, and I was like, I don't need that in my life. I don't. Oh, Do you want sad news?
Sure.
You know Izzy, the doggy.
Yep.
She has cancer.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, and they can't really they can't do it. So they're just. She has a few months, so they're just gonna make her, be a tap. No, you want to know what Mom told me? So here I was at Target Field on Prince night, hanging out, super excited to be at Target Field, listening to Prince songs, and I was like, Mom, look where I am. Then she goes, Joy told me Izzy has cancer. Oh. Can they do anything? No, they can't. Mom, why did you tell me while I'm at the Twins game? Mom, do I really need to know about this? It's just
right
like,
now?
she got poisoned, she got poisoned earlier. And I was like, was that like a cause or because obviously I don't think we'll ever find out, but I was like, oh. She's young, and I was like, well, hopefully. Because the vet said, when Jack, the vet gave him, a very, he only has a few months. I was like, Mom, we're never seeing that.
I'm going to the Good News Network.
We're never seeing that. Well, no, the good news is that Jack, the vet, I was like, Mom, we're never seeing that vet again. Because when I looked up irritable bowel syndrome, it was like, oh, well, dog does this, so make sure he has this. I was like, that's not. But yes.
I'm gonna go try to find happy things now.
I did tell you, and you said you wanted sad news. Okay, I want it known that you said you wanted sad news.
It would actually be sad!
Good news is that the Yankees are out of the playoffs. What? It didn't count my... Alright, we'll go... How many more do I have to win? I just need one more win as Robin. So I'll do one more. And then
You said that last time.
No, I want to do one more as Robin, because I didn't realize I had one more to win. I just love how Vipey came and Rose came. I'm like, guys, okay, alright, I would like to know that you're alive, alright? Especially in today's time, where, I don't know.
This squad is still... I like how Viper rolled up. Nathan was in the party chat. Heroes up, went, fire! And then I was... This boy comes...
For now, I assume that's okay.
He rolls up here for the first time in a few months and says, fire!
Fire. It's like, oh, you're alive, I see. Okay. Well, if we could check in every week,
he rolls up and
once
just
a
says
week,
fire.
twice a week, saying I'm fine.
Like, maybe we'll get Rose to respond for once. Maybe we'll get Rose to respond. Oh my God, Rose responded!
Yeah,
the squad's still
maybe
here.
Maybe to ask questions about creme brulee. I know, it's just totally, even when I was like, Mom, perhaps, do you know anything about creme brulee? And when Kyle was like, burned cream, I was like, well, yes, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah.
That is what creme brulee is. Congratulations, you know French. Did I tell you, in my one of my class reviews, how's everything going? Well, no, I had to do 2 evaluations. One was for myself, and it was like, what areas can you improve on? And I was like, I actually think I'm pretty good. No, and then we had to do a class evaluation for like how's the class going, and this was anonymous. And I was like, well, I'm not a big fan of the amount of group work we do, especially when, you know, groups don't know, like don't read, so it's just like there's emptiness. It's like I'm not a big fan of it, but c'est la vie. Yes. Yes, it's my favorite. I just hope I'm not using it incorrectly, because I know that's life, but I'm like, am I using it in the correct form? No, I had to look it up though, because I was like, well, I know it's c'est la vie. How do I spell that? Okay, come on, get me into a match. Come on. It didn't take too long to find a match last time. Yeah, but I don't think race has anything to do with it. What? What? Are you stupid?
Lay what?
But my poor professor, because we had, you know, discussions. The discussions were due at class time, so noon. Well, actually, I think he said 12:05, and then our essay was due at 6:30 today. And so I turned in my questions 2 days ago, okay? 2 days ago. And so he comes into class and he was like, only a few people turned in their quizzes, or the discussions. Yeah, there were like, I think there's probably 20, probably 30 kids in the class, maybe, I don't know. Only like 5 people turned in their stuff, turned in the questions, and he was not happy. And I was like, what did you expect for an intro class, though? Like, let's just, you know. I just had to be Robin. We better get the win. We better get the win. I got an email.
It's from me.
Oh my goodness. He graded my discussion questions already. See, you know,
someone who takes my class seriously.
no, see I mean I like the class, but I'm a good writer, you know, I have that. Okay, let me see, review feedback. Okay, good. What does he say? Good job. My 6th question is an important one to discuss and understand. What was my 6th question? No, one of my questions was, if you had to choose between rent or heating, what would you do? And the person was like, wow, this is kind of like a really easy question, you know, a simple question, because there's really one answer, it's rent. I was like, okay, you say that, but you have not lived in winter when you don't have heat. You know? It's not that easy. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't criticize my questions, okay?
Don't criticize my work. Yes, read.
I just hope I do a good. Whenever I turn in an essay, I'm like, because I'm a good writer and I hold so much, I'm like, is this going to be good? Am I going to get a good grade on this? If I don't get a good grade on it, does that mean I'm not a good writer? How did you hear me? Okay, guys, we gotta go a little more sneaky. Alright, please, thank you. You better give me points for being a good writer. Because if you don't, I'm not gonna be happy. Is that Ah, that's who spotted me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did you spot me?
We need to retrieve that kid.
I worked my butt off for this essay, okay? I expect nothing more than nothing less than an A, okay? Because I really worked hard on it.
I really worked hard.
These'll come in handy.
But he liked my discussion question. Like, he liked my... I brought up points. And I was like, thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, so I went on, cause to get to the Alina, I had to take the blue line to Midtown, so one stop, not far at all. And then like I can walk there and I can bike there easily, but I was like, okay, we'll take the North Star. We're gonna lose.
Last one.
So then I do that, and I go back to the North Star. I get the COVID test, and I was like, okay, time to take the North Star back to the, or not North Star, back to the light rail, back to Franklin, go to my dorm. No, this time I was like, okay, because I went straight, I actually did all this. So I was like, okay, we're gonna take it, the blue line, all the way to Nicollet, go to Target, get the cat treats and dog treats, and then go to the library and get the DVD that I requested, okay? And so I go, walk over to, 5 minutes from Alina to, wherever, to the, light rail, light rail. And I get up there, I go up the stairs, because it's on the, upper floor, and then I look, and it was like 20 minutes till the next light rail, and I was like, yeah, no. And so then I just walked back to Franklin, which took me about 20 minutes, because I get to the Franklin station, and I was like, okay, we'll pick up the light rail here. And it was just coming, so I was like, timed it perfectly. It took me about 20 minutes to walk, and then I take it to, to Nicollet, and then, I go to Target, and I'm like, okay, just getting cat treats, just getting, I got Caitlin a little, like, Kirby thingy, because she got Employee of the Month, so I got her a little plushie. I didn't get her a big plushie, I got her a little plushie. And so then I was like, okay, where are the dog treats? So then I'm like wandering. And I find them, and then I see this cute squirrel, okay? Dog toy. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. And then I'll show Catherine a picture of it, and I'm like, is this gonna be too big for Jack? And she go, yeah, who cares though? He'll still probably like it. And I was like, yes, he will. And so, because it only cost me $5. And so then I was like, okay,
it'll be large, but you know what? That's okay.
And then I see that there are dental sticks, blueberry dental sticks, and I was like, okay. Which one do I get though? See, this is the problem, you see. Okay, so there's petite size, so like 5 to 15 pounds, okay, dog. And then you have small size, 15 to 25, and I was like, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
And so then I sent Mom a text, and I was like, Mom, Do I get the small or the petite? I was kind of hoping she would give me say the petite because there's more of them, and she said petite would be fine. I was like, okay, because like he's like 15 pounds. I was like, which one would he? Which one? And then I go to the library, okay? Because it's still on Nicolette. All right, you want to play Payday?
I thought, is that not what